It is chilly today. I think I can fix it. That is better. Oh, it is actually pretty chilly today. We got an Arctic wind coming up, or coming down. And it's just the wind that is cold. Rain on and off. We've got a weird storm right now. Nothing like the storm over in Texas. I've been hearing about that, and my thoughts go out to those people who are stuck, who are stranded in their villages, in their own homes. So yes, my best wishes go out to those people. And we don't have storms anything to the level of that one, so I hope everyone is alright and finds a way out and is safe. That's the main thing. But I wouldn't be surprised if I get stuck in a storm today, as I usually do. Yeah, I think it's hoodie weather now. Not quite non-barefoot weather, but definitely hoodie weather. In fact, saying that, I wouldn't mind wearing my freets right now because my toes are a little cold, but I actually ripped my freets. I was stupid. I was doing a stupid thing trying to slide down a laddery gate with sharp metal bits, and I ripped them open. So I'm waiting for a new pair. So right now I just have to be barefoot. So what is it I'm doing today? What is it that I'm planning on doing? Well, I've come out here, even though it's about to rain and tip it down, to practice a bit of photography with the camera. I do not have an LCD, so it is going to be a challenge. But I want to see if I can pull off capturing some good shots. And well, another reason is I just wanted to get out here, despite it being super crazy and unpredictable weather. Just wanted to get out and take some photos. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I'll be using 3 lenses today on my T5i, the camera that has no screen. It will be the 18 to 55mm, which I pretty much film the majority of my videos on, filming it with it right now. The 50mm lens, this is a f1.8 EF lens, brilliant lens, love it. Haven't used it too much, but it gives a nice depth of field. I tend to just, try and be creative and not rely on the lenses, but it is nice to try out different lenses. So I'll be trying out this lens. I've used it a bit, but not too much. So it'll be fun to practice with this guy with no LCD. And the wonderful Canon, well, they're all Canon, the 55 to 250. This is I guess you could call it a telephoto lens. It can zoom up really far, so hopefully I can get some photos of some birds. Maybe if I can be a bit of a stealthy stalker, I could go and get some pictures of bunny rabbits if I can find them, buzzards, sheep, everything close up. So hopefully I can get some good shots with this lens. And those are the lenses Those are the lenses that I'll be using. Let's get to it. Just take a look at that storm cloud. Rolling in. That is kind of scary, just looming over me. I'm gonna walk down to the bottom of this pasture, this land. I'm gonna get a big wide angle with this lens, wide angle shot of the area and that huge looming storm cloud. Should be good. Now I have taken many photos already without an LCD. I'll play a few right now. It's been interesting. It's been, I think it's more of a creative challenge. You're trying to think of your shots a bit more. You're not just shooting it and then you look at it and say, oh no, that's a bit off, so I'll just shoot it again. You don't know how it will turn out. So you're trying to think of every setting, you're trying to think of the composition so that you know it's going to be a good shot, because you can't check if it's good straight after you've shot it. And that's why I sort of consider it almost like a film camera. And obviously you can't check the right settings, so normally when I take a photo, I'll put the shutter speed that I think would be the right shutter speed, the right aperture, the right ISO, and I'll take a photo, check the image straight after, and then correct where I've gone wrong. With this one, I have to use my knowledge of all the settings, take the photo, and kind of fingers crossed that it turned out well. But because I can't check it immediately, I'm thinking a bit more about the settings. Previously I'd be like, yeah, that's probably right, yeah, around there. But now I'm thinking, right, no, that's around there, but it's not perfect. So I'm gonna keep, it makes me keep on thinking about the settings and what would work and what doesn't work. And I've had many failures. I've had photos that are blurry, photos that had a too slow shutter speed or too high ISO, and many failures and mistakes within the photos, but I'm learning from it, and I definitely think I've learned a lot about photography as well as videography without having an LCD. And I challenge you to, if you have an LCD on your camera, and if you can flip it around or just put duct tape over it just for a day, go out shooting without an LCD and see how it turns out. It's actually really fun. Okay. See if this one works. Now I have the choice to use manual settings or auto settings, automatic settings. I'm gonna try both. I'm gonna try, you know, using the landscape mode, using the close-up mode, using the sport mode, but I'm also going to go onto manual and try and use my knowledge of photography to take some good photos. Alright, so I'm gonna move on from this spot in the field. I've got some good photos, I think, of the storm cloud, and I also got a few photos of some nettles. I used both auto settings for the storm cloud and manual settings for everything else. Now there is a buzzard, a young buzzard flying about, and it's, you probably know it from my videos, just around this area. It's flying around, being really vocal. It's a new young buzzard, so it's practicing all its skills and mastering how to hunt and catch food. I'm gonna try and take a photo. See if this works. It is quite difficult to find. I know it's off there because I can hear it, and I just saw it fly by. Would you have a look? There is just one dandelion in this whole field of nothing, because it's all been cut by the tractors, and there's just one dandelion all by itself. The one survivor. That is so cool. Be a good photo. So I've taken a few photos of this dandelion, but I'm going to switch lens to my 50mm, which is a f1.8. So hopefully I'll get some good blurry backgrounds. See how this works. So it seems like the buzzard has disappeared. I can hear it in the far distance, but I'm gonna still hunt around for some good photos and see if I can capture a brilliant moment. I tried shooting some swallows with a 50mm lens. Not the best. It is gunky in here, covered in mud. Have a look. Barbed wired. Muddy. It's a cool place, but very muddy. I bet I'd sink down fast. How shall I get over? Ugh. Yeah, that is deep. Deep sinking mud. Alright, so there was no way that I was gonna go through that. It's too risky being deep, and I don't want any cuts getting, you know, infected with that gunky sort of cow manure mud stuff. Jumpers off. Had short, itchy, horrible hairs from my recent haircut stuck in the fibers. Not comfortable. One shot I really wanted to get today was maybe just me standing in front of the camera, with a storm cloud there, or something where I am the subject. However, without an LCD, I had no idea how to change the settings from, you know, taking one photo to then having a 10-second timer to then take some photos. And I was stumped. I really didn't know how I was going to get this shot, because I'm a one-man team right now and I couldn't get someone else to shoot it for me. But then I was playing around with the buttons. There are a few buttons on this camera, and next to one of them was the timer symbol, and I was like, well, there must be a way to turn on the timer somehow. I was playing around. It took me about 5 minutes. I clicked some combination and then pressed the shutter. The timer's going and I have 10 seconds. So, wonderfully, I now have a timer. I'm gonna get some shots with me as the subject. Should be good. Maybe some handstands, maybe just some cool photos. I hope I can bring it back to normal shutter, otherwise everything will be in a timer. And I'm not sure how I really got it there. I did a combination and it worked. So that's my idea. That's sort of my life message, my moral that I follow is to just play around with everything. You learn from playing around. You learn, just like kids play around and learn from their mistakes whilst playing and copying others. If we still play around as adults, we'll learn so much more. People are afraid of, you know, making a mistake and people judging them because of that. But just play around. Don't be afraid, because you learn so much more. So I've played around, I've learned how to put a timer on there, and I'm going to take some cool photos. I think overall this has been pretty damn fun. It's been wonderful to be out here, be outside, despite it just being in a pasture. It is still wonderful to, you know, get my bare feet on the soil and enjoy it. It's also been a brilliant creative challenge. I've really enjoyed taking some photos. I've no clue how they turned out. Hope they turned out alright. And you know, it's just another learning experience. I've learned a few things. I learned how to put the timer on, for one, which will be helpful. And you know, this kind of proves that to take good photos, I'm not saying my photos are brilliant or outstanding. They're very amateur and still learning. But to take, you know, photos and to learn the art, it really depends on your mind. It's all within your mind. It's all your creative thoughts put into the image, and your camera and your gear that you're using, the lenses, that is all just a tool to portray your creativity. And although you could say that mine weren't so creative today, they're just a stepping stone onto greater and better things. And despite not having a camera with an LCD, I still went out and took some photos. So it was a joyous experience. I loved it thoroughly. But I'm gonna head off. But what you do not know is, as I was taking photos, I was trying to take a bit of video as well. And I attempted to make some sort of action cinematic sequence, and I'm going to play that now. It might be brilliant, but it also might just be really beginner and really amateur, and everything's out of focus. Hey, the buzzard! The buzzard! Ah, he's back! Okay, that is hilarious. Buzzard flew over, tried to take a photo. Of course, the 10-second timer is still on. And I'm there, waiting, and it takes the photo and the buzzard's gone. Ah! That is funny. Cue the semi-cinematic sequence. I hope it's good. Here you go. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was good for me, really a good challenge, and in the end a good exercise. It's just started to rain again, so I think I'll head inside. No matter how much I love being outdoors, I've got a series to edit. I've been editing it all day, and this was my one time where I could get out and enjoy the outdoors, but you'll know more about this series in future episodes and in future videos. But that is it from me. I hope you are having a wonderful week, and you'll continue to have a wonderful week. And that's pretty much it. So stay happy, stay humble, stay curious and creative. And I'll see you in a future episode. Goodbye.